What's up? What's up, good people? We are live and in effect and ready to go. Let me turn that down. We about to have a good one for you today. This should be an entertaining show. I know I'm coming on a lot later than normal because we were in the stages of getting this planned out this morning. In the early stages of getting this planned out this morning, and we got it ready to go at the buzzard for you. Got it ready to go at the buzzard for you. If you see the thumbnail, you're familiar with my channel. You're familiar with Code Still. He's the guy. He made a splash on the show where he came up giving dating advice, and then we came to the resounding conclusion that he might be a borderline incel, but he's trying to give dating advice. Well, it was brought to my attention that the gentleman frequents dating apps, and he's going to come here and tell us how all that's been going. So we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about that, and yeah, let's get ready to go. Let's get it. We're going to have a fun show today, but as always, going to be something informative, enlightening. You're going to learn something. I guarantee you that. But we're going to have some fun. We're just going to be talking to Cole Still today. But let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
Who disliked the video already? Shame on you. Whoever did that. Shame on you. Shame on you. And I'm still sitting here dotting some I's and crossing some T's. This thing is borderline impromptu, but very well planned out all at the same time. So bear with me. We getting this thing going. Getting this thing started. I see some people already made it into the building. We got 40 people in here. Hit the like button. Let's get ready to go. Oh, I'm not even on camera. There we go. I'm on camera now. All right. Right, Kayadu. Let's get active. Shout out to Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. Hopefully the brother is having a nice recovery. Hopefully he gets well soon. hopefully, hopefully Code Still actually shows up. I've been emailing with the brother, and hopefully he shows up. Hopefully he shows up. He should definitely be here, and we're going to be getting into a number of things. I'm getting into a number of things. See, we got people filing in. Appreciate each and every one of you. I didn't have my coffee already made, so the coffee is back here making the coffee, so it might make a little noise. All right, there he is. There he is. Wally D. I'm gonna change the title to I'm gonna put it Wally D instead of Cold Steel. You go by Cold Steel when you come up on the panel, but Wally D in the chat. So I'm gonna put Wally D in the title. Or I may just leave it as it is. But Jack Nickelback said I'm wrong for this stream. How so? How so? How so? We talk a lot about dating apps. We talk a lot about dating apps. Somebody who's on the ground out in the field could share their experience on it. We talked about dating apps a little bit yesterday. We talked about what uh pretty hardcore reality. Pretty hardcore reality out there that most guys on a dating app, they see over 60% of the women. They find 60% of the women on dating apps attractive. Women tend to find I think it was 5 to 10% of men on dating apps attractive. Now, I do think there's an element of cap in there, that term that I hate, cap. Stop the cap. There's an element of cap in there, no doubt. I sent the link to your email, Wally D. There's an element of cap in there, no doubt. Because they meet somebody in person, or if somebody just I'm sorry, that's loud as hell. At least I'm pretty sure y'all could hear my coffee maker over there spitting. They meet somebody in person. It's obviously more that it's more to assess in that situation. It's definitely more to assess than just some still photos in a comment, So that can put you at an advantage or a disadvantage. So it's not just that cut and dry. Wally D says, "Wait a second, he'll be up soon." So it's not that hardcore cut and dry as they only see 10% of men attractive, but that's just a lot of the manosphere truisms end up getting proved. Eventually, they get proved by data. Eventually, give it enough time. A lot of the manosphere truisms the data. Hey, that's comfortable. Okay, that's how I gotta sit. I'm sorry, you sit in the chair a lot for work. Those of you who have office jobs at cubicles, you know that sometimes it's like a perfect sweet spot of how you have to sit in order to be comfortable all day. If you deviate from that, you're gonna have your back gonna end up hurting like you've been doing blue collar work from sitting down. But anyway, that's another subject. Anyway, a lot of the manosphere truisms get proved right by the data. Oh wait, no. Look what Kaidu's saying. You can't learn nothing from him. I don't think I can necessarily learn something from him. Says, come on, Bernard. He never got booty from a chick. Okay. I'm not saying that we're going to learn the game from him. The title is he's going to share his experiences on dating apps. We always talk about that. What is a dating app? The whole dating app game, and it's data to back it up. The dating app game for the average guy or below average guy is brutal. It's almost like, why even do it? But then the flip side to that, it's a lot of guys who average or below average. They ain't no Casanova out in the streets either. They can't walk up on approaching women like that either. Said, how can you contact Theo? Paging Little Big Nate. You can contact Theo by I'm gonna put Theo's email in the chat room. I forgot to actually play the ad because I was busy getting things going, but I will get Theo's email and get that to you right now. Hold on. One moment. One moment, very important. If you need to contact Theo, I get the feeling that Theo probably is going to end up telling you to contact Little Big Nate. But Theo's email very easy. Just Theo Waff at gmail.com. So the name that you see on the screen for Theo is the email. It's going to be interesting, and I'm going to give you a little teaser trailer of why this is going to be interesting. Because the genesis of this show is that somebody sent me something. I'm not going to out the person unless they want to be outed, but somebody sent me something. Somebody was in a Facebook group where they share various things online, where they share images of things that they saw online. And I guess some woman on a dating app saw Wally D's profile, saw Cold Steel's profile, in the caption of what he said in his profile. So they saw his picture and his profile. And and what he said in there in the caption was funny enough to share. Just to put it mildly, funny enough to share. So they shared it in the group, and then somebody who I suppose was either in that group saw the image and sent it to me. And so just a little precursor or background of what made me say, all right, we gotta do this is when I saw this right here. When I saw that's not it. Y'all are seeing something y'all don't need to see. Y'all are seeing correspondence between me and Wally D. But when I saw when I saw this right here, when I saw this, I was like, okay, we got to go in a little further on this. As soon as I saw right here. All right. And he's actually down in the back. How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. You don't mind me sharing exactly what you said right here in your opener on the dating app?
No, I don't mind.
Okay, cool. All right, let me blow this up so y'all can
So
see it. Wait,
I
hold on, hold
changed it
on.
to lovers recently.
Let me blow this up. Oh, it's bulling. It's not letting me blow up the picture.
Oh,
Oh wait, probably I can blow it up like that. There we go. All right, that was the image he had up there. It reads, "Hi." Well, first Wally, 48. I didn't know you was 48. Well, okay, that look 48, I guess. He says, "Hi, I train for strength and conditioning, and I'm looking for a workout partner. If you behave and ask nicely, you can be my sex partner." That's that's what he said in his opening message on what dating app is this?
Bumble.
This is on Bumble.
Yeah.
Why are you using Bumble?
Just because the women have to message first, I thought that was then they showed they'd be already interested, so I don't have to waste as much time.
Okay. Okay, first things first, there will be no slander of ARC. This is not ARC's boy. He just says he likes ARC's content.
Yeah, I do have a mind of my own though.
Yeah, okay. So we not don't be, he just said ARC is his favorite dating coach to listen to. Mine too. I like to listen to ARC break things down, but there will be no slander of ARC today. Um all right, we'll get back into the Bumble thing. I think Bumble is some nonsense because the whole idea and notion of the women having to approach first. My experience when I was on Bumble was when it's simple as this. The woman messages first, she just simply says, "Hey," and then you respond. And then after that, you have to lead the conversation pretty much like you normally do. Basically, her just saying, "Hey," is just her way of unlocking you. Like the two of you have matched, and she could just stroke one key on the keyboard. She can just go and then hit enter, and then you're unlocked to speak to her. That's basically all they're doing. So they're not putting Bundle is not helping these or inspiring these women to put any extra effort, any extra effort into what they're doing.
That's true.
So yeah, that's why I say I don't even bother with well, when I was on dating apps, I didn't actually bother with Bumble. But let's
And
dig into this comment. Audience, if you gotta rate this opener on a scale from 1 through 10, which I giving him, he says, "Hi, I train for strength and conditioning, and I'm looking for a workout partner. If you behave and ask nicely, you can be my sex partner." Audience, y'all tell me where y'all rank that opener on a scale from 1 through 10. But I just want to ask you, why do you okay? Why that opener right there? What was your thought process behind that?
so, yeah, I'm more attracted to women who work out, who are in shape. So, and then also being actively participating, they'd have to be more interested than if I just fed them and entertained them. And they get to see you as a
You got some
leader. They
background
find that
noise.
attractive. Oh, sorry.
You splashing in some water or something?
Yeah, I was shaking a mix, but yeah, so they see you as a leader, and they find that attractive, and that's basically it.
Yeah. The do you feel like somebody who's, and this may not even be the right question, but like I mean, you have admitted that you limited experience with women, so therefore limited sexual experience with women. Do you think it's necessarily a good idea to just be just go full gangster? You just leading with sex like that? Do you think?
Yeah, yeah, because
Okay.
because it's like breaking out of the friend zone. So
Okay.
in
Okay.
my
Yeah.
philosophy,
Mhm.
you're in the friend zone with everyone by default. So when you break out of the friend zone, that's kind of like closing the deal in sales. So if hold on a second, hold on a second.
All right, take your time. Yeah, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Real quick.
Okay, I was getting an echo in my earbuds. Does it sound okay? Does it sound okay now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound good. I was fixing something. Yeah, no, you sound good. I was fixing something on my end as well, but no, you sound good.
Okay. Um. Okay. What I was saying. Okay. So the mentioning sex. So it's kind of like gauging their interest.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, when you walked into a showroom of a dealership, the salesman might ask you, fairly early. So say if we were able to give you the deal you wanted, how soon would you be interested in making a
No,
deal?
no, no, look, bro. We more or less get that, and I like the sales analogy. I'm speaking more personally for you and what's been working for you. I guess that's more or less what I'm going with.
Yes,
That
yeah.
open is Bumble the only one you use?
No, so I tried Tinder, and Tinder had a lot of bots, and I had to change phones. So since I changed phones, I've only reactivated Bumble, and there's also Plenty of Fish. Uh, I I've used. I'm not using it at the moment, but I have an account on Plenty. Also have an account on Plenty of Fish. So one advantage, Plenty of Fish has you get a lot more matches, like 10 times more matches,
Mm-hmm.
uh, because both people don't have to swipe on each other in order to message someone. Only one person has to swipe on Plenty of Fish. So you get as many matches as you want, but they seem to be lower quality matches. So,
Yeah, I
Bumble,
didn't I didn't like. I mean, for me, I mean, it's been some years since I messed with dating apps, but I didn't care for Plenty of Fish. I didn't care for Bumble. Tinder was pretty much where it was at. All right,
uh,
so let's just walk me through. Okay, you're on Bumble, and I don't know what. on Tinder, yes, it's the bots there, but I mean that's easy to work around. I mean, you could tell when it's a bot, just block it and then move on to the next. I mean, it's so I don't know why that will be that much of a problem. But anyway, you're on Bumble and you got that as your opener. The chick, she swipe right on you, you swipe right on her. She sent
Right.
the first BS message that they send. Then what are you saying next? Or have a chick ever even responded directly to your comment right there in your profile? Let me ask you that.
Yeah. The very first one did, and
And what did she say?
she said, "Willing to behave and ask nicely." And she kind
She
of
said,
looked at
hold on. She said that with a question mark.
no as a statement with no question.
Okay.
And uh, she was she looked athletic, and but she didn't have any sexy pictures. But she kind of looked athletic, and she wasn't wearing any makeup. And when we were texting back and forth, I um, was planning the date. I was as we were texting back and forth, and then she unmatched me while we were in the middle of texting back and forth. So
And where was the date?
probably like 30 miles south from me.
No. Why 30? How far away was she from you?
That's where she was from me.
Oh, okay. She was 30 miles south from you. Okay, no big deal there. No, I said where? What was the physical location of the date? What were you trying to do?
I was trying to look for a jogging trail that's fairly close to where she was, and probably because I took a little too long to respond. I took like
Wait,
20 minutes.
hold on. Wait. So you said did you actually invite her to go jogging?
Yes.
Did she say anything about being interested in going running on a date?
Yeah. I invited her to go jogging. She said where, and when.
Okay.
And then I was looking up jogging trails and stuff, and that was like 20, 25 minutes, something like that. And then by the time I got back to the phone, she had already unmatched me. So I figured she must have she had multiple matches and must have gotten with a different match. That was the very first one, but that was the only one that responded directly to my profile. But the other ones were just like hi or hey, something like that.
Gilbert Davis says, so you trying you to the woods, bro. Yeah, you trying to take her out to the woods, man. She probably felt some type of way about that, man. You probably was giving off some vibes and trying to take her out in the middle of the woods. I
Maybe.
unless a chick, like you said, she didn't have like any workout clothes on or nothing like that in her in any of her pictures.
She only had a couple of pictures, and I
Did she
think
have any workout clothes on in any of her pictures?
I think
Was
she
there
had.
any? I guess what I'm getting at, was there any evidence that jogging was her thing?
Well, it was workout clothes, but not sexy workout clothes, but just like regular sweats that
So
she had
I'm just
on.
asking, did you have any inclination that jogging was her thing? And there's, okay, there's a such thing as, if you got it like that to where this is your thing and this is what you do, and any chick that mess with you, she gonna have to be down with what you down with. And
Yeah.
and I get it. I get it. I understand that and I respect that. But and it's good even if you in a place of scarcity to move like you in a place of abundance. Like I get the dating coach lingo and rhetoric. However, um,
Um,
offering if you got limited experience with women, offering something on the first date that only a limited number of women actually want to do on the first date is
yeah.
not really a good idea to increase your chances of actually getting something done. And by getting something done, I mean finally getting to some ass. You see what
Uh,
I'm saying?
that's true. And I get, but they still swipe anyway on me. I get matches of chicks who most of the matches I but well, so for one, my reasoning was they wouldn't even swipe on me if they weren't into working out. But it turns out a lot of them do swipe on me even though they're not into working out. And I've been I started off suggesting that as a first date, and most of them unmatched me. and so now I switched it to
Hold on,
meet.
wait. You started out suggesting what is the first date? The jogging trail?
Right.
Yeah, and yeah, and I can see that. I can see that. That's putting a lot of pressure. That's putting a lot of pressure on them. They didn't want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, a small percentage of people are into jogging.
You said you changed it to something.
Yeah, I changed it to meeting at a coffee shop to play board games.
What the fuck?
Because to me, board games are a lot of fun, and so something where the woman's participating, she wouldn't want to participate on if she wasn't interested. It's different from just sitting there and eating my food and enjoying my entertainment that I provided. So,
Okay.
but yeah. So now it's
Well, hold on. All right, yeah. So you was losing them with taking them down the Oregon Trail. I think you're losing them with the board games too.
I shouldn't because to me board games are fun. You start accusing each other of cheating and stuff. You know, so to me board games are fun. And
All
yeah,
right, okay. Well, I'm just this is we're doing research here. Somebody
uh,
said I'm trying to be a dating coach today. I'm not trying to be nobody's dating coach. I'm
uh,
just asking about his experience on the dating app. Okay. So you often, but nothing wrong with a coffee date. I've took some chicks on some coffee dates and said, hey, let's meet up at Starbucks or whatever, have a cup of coffee and just chill and talk. That's
right,
that's
right,
yeah, that's normal. That's normal.
yeah.
But when you throw in the board games, it's like you just had to throw a little splash of weirdness in there. It could just let's meet up. Like the coffee date, it's just like a hey, let's just meet up, have a drink date. But anyway, how did that go?
Yeah, I haven't gotten any takers on that either yet. I've only been on Bumble for like a month. So, but I always assumed my chances would be better in person. But um, I I've been failing to get out of the house that much. I have asked out women that I've come across jogging in my neighborhood. I've seen other women out jogging, and all of them so far were married. But
How you know they was married?
they told me.
Oh, you stopped them while they was jogging and started talking to them?
No, I jogged next to them, and I said, uh, um, we should be jogging partners. And then asked, are you married? And they were
So
like,
wait a
no.
minute,
Only two of them.
wait a minute. They were just minding their business jogging, and then
Yeah,
you saw them jogging, and I see you with creepy stalker eyes start going faster and hawk them down, and then slow down to run right beside them. Like, so hey, like, is that how it happened?
yeah. But no, they weren't offended. We had a pleasant conversation. So no, they weren't like they didn't get scared and start running faster. But, no,
whenever you're measuring, they didn't get scared and start running faster as a as a form of success.
but no, they were definitely the couple that I asked them, are they married, as my opener, and they said yeah, they were married, but we had still had a good conversation. So yeah, they definitely weren't creeped out. To answer your question.
I don't know if you're the best judge of whether or not a woman is creeped out. I'm not convinced that you.
Okay, so people talk about creepy without defining it.
That
So
is true. That is true. Good point. Good point.
so I think there's a very there's a definite my definition of creepy is to keep your intentions hidden. So if say you think a girl's fine as hell, and then you just start having a friendly conversation about the weather and the ball game last night, but you're not letting her know that you find her attractive and you want to date her. That's the reason why you're talking to her. That's the definition of creepy, because you're keeping trying to hide your intentions. So
So when you talk to women, I mean, you're clearly not scared to approach women, because I can tell you this as somebody who's had some, okay, somebody
no,
who's done myself. I've done with the women. I for damn sure ain't hawking the chick down the jog next to her and strike up a conversation. So you got more boldness when it come to approaching than I ever have and I ever will. I ain't doing that shit. But so you're not afraid to approach women, and that's normally the issue. So, like, do you regularly approach women?
not until recently. But
How long ago was recently?
I don't know, like the last 5 years, I was like kind of like I was low on money, and plus I didn't really have a good game plan. But so that's the reason why I didn't really approach that many women. But
So wait. The last 5 years, you said you was low on money and didn't have a good game plan.
right,
For the last 5 years.
right.
Nigga, you're 48. Okay, what was you doing the first 40? What was you doing the first 43?
Yeah, not getting on my purpose, but I am.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm getting on my purpose now. I got some money saved up. I'm investing in stocks.
Be careful.
Yeah, I'm swing trading with AMC right now. So
Swing. What exactly define swing trading?
so you define you figure out you analyze the charts. They call it technical analysis.
Mm-hmm.
So you figure out where the stock is gonna go based on the chart for a certain time period. Like,
Okay.
for example, so say the highest AMC went was 60 recently, and then it came back down. If you see it on the way up, then you know the seller may be at 58 or 55 before it gets to 60.
Yeah,
So
no, I understand. I understand what that is. I don't use the term swing trading, but that's more or less what I do, kind of, depending on the stock and depending on what I'm trying to do and what kind of moves I'm trying to make. But
yeah,
I've recently just gotten into philosophy. Well, no, I'm not even going to share my whole philosophy with stocks. We're not going to get into that. I'll probably do a show on that sometime. Sometime down the road. Mister in the building. He says, "I got 5 on it. Appreciate you having 5. Hey, I just want to know who won that game of Hungry Hippos. What? What is he talking about?
I don't know,
Is that a joke I don't get?
but I forgot the last question you asked me.
Yeah, I forgot to. All right. Okay, no, I was asking how often do you approach women? So you say you do approach women now. Well, how
Oh,
long? How long has that time been that you've been approaching women?
probably pretty recent, like a couple of months.
So from I guess 18 to 47, you really didn't do any approaching of women?
Yeah, but
Yes, no, or no? Yeah, did you approach women between 1 to 40? I mean,
good question.
from 18 to 47.
Yeah, good question. So 18 to 47, or even 18 to 47. My biggest mistake was being unable to close the deal. So I met lots of girls.
So no. Were you approaching?
Yeah,
Okay, so you were approaching. You just couldn't close the deal. And
yeah,
you said you always been big on just telling them what's exactly on your mind. Or that's something recent.
that's recent.
Okay. So before you used to just approach them and just say general stuff, and then just whatever happened, and it just never would go nowhere.
Exactly.
How often were you doing it?
Probably pretty often in my 20s and 30s. I used to go clubbing a lot. I'd danced with a lot of girls. I met lots of girls that were interested in the clubs, or at least seemed interested in the clubs, in the workplace. Um,
Okay, so they would seem interested, and then you would
wouldn't close the deal.
how would
Or
you even attempt to close the deal?
yeah, no, I didn't even attempt to close the deal. I thought
Ah, okay, cool, cool. No,
so.
I get it.
So a lot of guys have the model of you start off as just friends and see how it goes. So that doesn't work. You gotta get out of the friend zone.
Hmm.
So, so
Someone
yeah,
is asking the question, how tall are you?
5'6".
You are 5'6". Okay.
Yeah, I've never been insecure about height. Always gotten lots of attention from women. I never even knew that height was a thing. You
All
know,
right. Do you got a problem with us talking about your past sexual experience or lack thereof?
no, because I'm pretty sure majority of guys are in the same boat. It's like the 80-20 rule.
Okay, so
47, I was one of the 80%, not the 20 or 10%. So
okay, so essentially, long story short, you haven't had any sex other than I think you did mention one time that you paid for it.
and I
Oh,
did
is that accurate? Is that accurate?
no, I did have sex with break my virginity with a girl who was fat, but I could probably have done the exact same thing with a girl that was a dime piece. Yeah. So
You said you lost your virginity with the girl that was fat, and you could have done the exact same thing with the girl that was a dime piece.
exactly.
How do you know that?
Um, I've always gotten attention from girls, whether they're dimes or fives or sixes. So I get attention from dimes. So I'm sure a lot of them, percentage of them that showed me attention would have been interested in actually dating.
But you've had problems closing the deal on non-dime pieces. What makes you think that these dime pieces that showed some kind of
No,
interest, some way, somehow, would have been any more susceptible to your to your game either way?
well, I have more stories like the one I mentioned before, but so the problem was not attempting to close the deal. It's not like I tried to close
But
the deal.
even when you attempt, you haven't been closing it. So I just that sounds like a reach, don't it? To say that you could have just lost your virginity to a dime piece.
Uh, yeah. So the problem is not attempting to close. Well, yeah. So the only way there's only one way to find out. So if I didn't attempt it, I don't know one way or the other. So right. So basically that's a fallacy that you have to 100% make sure the girl is uh wants you before you ask her. You know that's
No, you don't have to do that. No, I agree that you don't have to make sure she's 100%. But I mean, it's just weird to just say that. I've had all these struggles with women.
uh
I did lose my virginity to a fat chick, but I could have lost it to a dime piece. I mean,
right.
that something sounds
Does it
weird
mean
about that. Hold on, real quick. Car designer Chris in the building with a $5 super chat. Shout out to him. He's a channel member. He said, I had a problem approaching women, but around the age of 15, I said something has to change. So I started playing the numbers game. Shout out to car designer Chris. Shout out to car designer Chris. How old were you when you lost your virginity to this fat chick?
19?
You were 19. Did y'all continuously keep having sex?
No, because I wasn't that interested. It was just to bust my virginity.
Okay. Okay. And then how long after that before you had sex again?
Just once. Maybe I tricked like once every few years.
Oh, once every few years you would
I've
trick.
only tricked like 2 or 3 times actually.
Well, that's not once every few years. It's almost like once a decade if you lost your
Yeah.
virginity at 19 and you're 48 now.
Yeah, it doesn't turn me on actually at all. It's
Okay,
just
cool, 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 cool. The women that you tricked on, where did you even find them?
uh one was an ad, one was in Germany at a whorehouse.
You were in Germany. What you doing in Germany?
I was deployed to Iraq, and that
Okay.
was with my unit. So the same day we came back, me and two other buddies went to a whorehouse. So
Okay.
yes, yeah. So yeah, two were in Germany, and like one was here in the States.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, that doesn't turn me on whatsoever because like it's basically it's a turn off that she's only doing it for the money. I'm only turned on if the woman's turned on. Like I'm more turned on by a girl grinding on me in the dance floor than actually having sex with a hooker. But
All
yeah,
right.
yeah. So basically, yeah, there's only one way to find out. Basically, yeah, some girls might be interested and not show it, not even show it, and then some might seem interested and and not be. So yeah, there's only one way to find out. So that's what it's all. That's also a mistake that is not a mistake that rookie salesmen make. Failing to close the deal.
Right.
And
All right.
trying-
Let's circle back to the dating apps. You said that you put on there that that initial comment that I had up. Where was it? That
that yeah.
initial
So,
that initial comment that I had up where you had said something along the lines of, I train for strength and I train for strength and conditioning. I am looking for a workout partner. If you behave and ask nicely, you can also be my sex partner. Now, and then you would go from there to trying to get them to go hiking in the woods with you, which is weird. And you change that to going to meet up at a coffee shop and play board games, which is
right.
also a splash of weirdness as well. And normally when you go for the coffee house board game situation, you say they normally will unmatch you.
Yeah, yeah. Both after I suggested the jogging and after I suggested the coffee shop. Um, I don't really have a lot of faith in the dating apps, but I'm just giving it a shot.
You don't have a lot of what?
Faith in the dating apps, but yeah, I'm just
You
using
don't have a lot of faith in the dating apps? Oh,
right,
faith. Faith.
right.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Because I could tell that is they're like window shopping and they get way more matches than the men do. So
Yeah,
so
I mean, yeah, that's true with dating apps. The women are going to get more matches than the men. It is what it is. Men use dating apps far more than women, and women are extremely picky on dating apps. On dating apps, you're taking a shot in the dark. That's why I say I wouldn't even mess around with Bumble, waiting on them to initiate the conversation. Just go on Tinder and swipe right on 100 profiles, see if you get a few matches, and then talk to those ones and invite them out on a date that doesn't sound creepy. That's pretty much the way to go. I think you need to drop the board game from there and just say meet up at a coffee shop or meet up for drinks or something like that. But anyway, anyway,
to me the board game's fun. So
hmm?
to me board games are fun. So I think that's my opinion. We both have fun. So if she doesn't like the board game, she's the one who's wrong, not me.
I mean, I hear you, but I mean, you're talking like I'm look. I respect the confidence. I do. I respect the confidence, and maybe you need to, maintain frame on your confidence. But at the same time, like going back to what I said previously, that damn if you like to go hiking, most chicks ain't trying to go break a sweat and sweat their hair out and go. Most chicks ain't trying to go running through the woods on a first date. So that you're setting yourself up to where only a small percentage of women are gonna go out on that date with you, and you're already somebody who up to now has had little to no success. I mean, you've only had sex not paying for it one time, and that was with some fat chick when you was 19. Like that's
That, that
that.
that's true, but I learned as much from my mistakes as I do from successes. So I know why I didn't have the success is
Yeah. Have you?
because scared to close the deal. You know, make one
All right.
excuse, another
So
not.
so you've technically never really truly got a woman out on an actual date.
I have, yeah.
Okay. Okay. And from a dating app.
No, mostly in person. No, not from the dating app, but from in person once in a while. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's just all about the friend zone. You know that's what it is about the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule doesn't know how to get out of the friend zone. So that's the only way to get out of the friend zone is be blunt and direct. A- Ask them
Mm-hmm.
are they interested or
Coach
not.
Still, shout out to Princess C. She says he is telling you to cast your net a little wider. You can still vet the women, but cast wider. Yeah, casting a wider net is important for somebody who's technically. I mean, you're in the game, but you ain't scoring any baskets. So you gotta change your shot. Big Magda Fisher in the building with the $5 super chat. Says real talk, anime, Comic Con, and a little. I don't know what that word is. Uh, Ullen Spiegel, you'd be a legend. Okay, I don't. Yeah, I don't know what that word is, but I don't. I think he's far away from close. Lucario in the building. Hey, come on up here and save us, Lucario. Come on up. Come on.
So
Link is in the chat for Lucario. Come on up here and save us, man. Mr. Lucario in the building says this is why game is important. Shout out to Bernard and Cole Steel. Absolutely, absolutely. Shout out to Cole Steel for doing this, and shout out to Lucario. Hopefully, Lucario can can come up here.
I,
But
I,
yeah,
I I know my stories are boring, but if you guys are interested, I have more stories that show why to me it's clear that my problem is being scared to close the deal.
go ahead. Go ahead. Let's start there. Give us a story. Well, no, tell me a story where you approached the chick, you succeeded, you got her out on a date, and she seemed interested, and then you backed out and didn't close the deal. Give us. Go ahead and give us that story.
I've only been on a few dates.
When you say you've
Okay,
only been out on a few dates, are you talking about like lifetime? Like you can count how many dates you've been on?
yeah, and you so after the dates, I just didn't pursue it any further because mainly because I didn't have a game plan. You know, I didn't know if they were interested or not. Didn't have a game plan. Now, one girl I did date, and she was into working out, and we were workout partners, and our dates were mostly workouts. We also uh, met for lunch once a week, and we'd work out regularly. I think it was every other day, something like that. And just because of the brainwashing, I never broke out of the friend zone. And she broke out of the friend zone actually. So,
What do you mean
but
by she broke out of the friend zone?
sort of like hinted at breaking out of the friend zone. She said, so when we going out, she was very sassy and sarcastic. That was her personality. But you know, she was like funny at the same time. I didn't think it seriously. You know. So, for example, if I said grass is green, she's like, no, it's not. It's a combination of blue and green, blue and yellow, something like that. But um, so once she said,
All right, hold on. I'm gonna push pause. Let's pump the brakes for a second. We got Lucario up here, but Mister in the building with the super chat. He says the best way out of the friend zone is to never get in. Best way out of the friend zone is never get in. Thank you for that, Mister. All right, Lucario, go ahead, man.
What up?
What you hearing here, man? What you got?
What up, man? Yeah, I can't be here too long, but I was just checking in, and I was listening to it. And shout out to Cole Steele for actually coming up and showing his profile, because most people would be too scared to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But from what I was seeing, well, most guys got to understand what online dating, right? Online dating is extremely difficult if you don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the women are more picky on online than they are just in real life. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's easier actually for most men to meet women just out in public than it is to get women on online dating, because women are super, super picky. You know what I'm saying? So what I was seeing with, first of all, with the pictures though, is that you got to get better pictures, Cole. Still, man, it's very important that your pictures, it has to be on point, meaning that, and I always tell guys this, think about when when you was younger and girls were younger, and they would look in those magazines like Teen Beat and all of that stuff, and they'd have all the Backstreet Boys and all these some of the girls had Justin Bieber on their wall, all that other stuff. So when a woman is looking at your profile, what catches their eye is what they've been used to, what catches their eye in the media. So I always tell guys, have a professional picture, at least one picture that looks like it could have came out of a magazine. So get a professional photographer, get that person to take a bunch of pictures of you, Photoshop it. And when I say Photoshop, I don't mean like, make it look fake. I'm talking about just make it look, clean and crisp. You understand what I'm saying? You should have at least one picture like that, and then make that your profile picture and work with that. You understand what I'm saying? And then as far as the bio is concerned, I saw that Cole Steele was talking about, he was saying what he said,
I still got it. Here we go. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me move that. And thank you, Aaron, for dropping Lucario info down there. Right. All right. Let me go ahead and read this off again for the people that made it in late. Okay. It says, "Hi, I train for strength and conditioning, and I'm looking for a workout partner. If you behave and ask nicely, you can also be my sex partner."
Yeah, the first part is good. The first part is, you're talking about your strength and conditioning and looking for a workout partner. That's cool. You understand? The sex part though, I always tell guys this: you can still get girls being sexual in your profile, just like what he said, but it's harder to do that if your pictures don't line up with what you're saying. So what I tell guys, if they're going to be extremely sexual on their profile, their pictures have to line up with that. So let's say, for example, if a guy had like a fit body and he had a picture of his shirt off with some like gray sweatpants, you understand what I'm saying? And then that was in his profile that said, "Hey, you could be my sex partner." That's gonna match because it goes with the profile. So Cole Steele's profile kind of looked like he working at like Target. You understand what I'm saying? Saying that type of stuff.
Basically, you're saying if he's going to be mentioning sex in the profile,
right,
you need to have if you're strength and conditioning. If you train for strength and conditioning, I'm assuming you look good with your shirt off.
Right. So
flex some muscles. Don't be on there looking like somebody granddaddy.
Right. Exactly. Right. It has to match. That's what I'm saying. It has to
looking
match
like the guy from
profile. Right. The profile has to match the words. I mean, the pictures have to match the words in the profile. So if you're going to be extremely sexual like that, your profile has to basically look like I would say the male version of a thought. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you got to look like that dude. You understand? You got to look like you're fully just about sex if that's what you're about. Now, this is the other thing I tell guys. Even if you want to hook up, this is the better way to do it. When you're on the profile, when you're on the app, right, get the girl to call you or FaceTime you. Once you're on the call or the FaceTime, that's when you mention sex. Now, the reason why I say that is because what makes a girl interested in, hooking up with you or having casual sex with you is when she's interacting with you and her feeling the tone of what you're saying. So what a lot of women will do is if they just read your profile and it says, "Oh, we can be a sex partner," they're going to be like, "Oh, this guy's kind of goofy. I'm going to just swipe left on him," unless, again, they see you as that guy who looks that sexually attractive. So, again, your pictures have to match your bio. Now, if you're not like that, then make sure you get them on a FaceTime or a call. And then while you're talking on the call, you say, "Hey, listen, you seem kind of cool. You seem kind of interested. I'm actually attracted to you, so I think we should get together and hook up." That's going to be an easier way to do it than for you to, to be just saying sex on the thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I would say is the the better way to go about it, and that's the easier way, I should say. You see what I mean?
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah,
That was
man.
he just dropped like about I don't know what his rates are. That might have been like $200 worth of game. He just gave you real quick, man.
And also it's still a numbers game. So there's way because I on my Bad Boy membership program, go to badboymembership.com. I have 2 programs that teach you how to do the online stuff, and so the online thing is a super crazy numbers game. You understand what I'm saying? Because chicks get hit up crazy. You understand what I'm saying? So
yeah.
you gotta be on top of it like that. But I would just say at the end of the day, if you get good pictures, that's the most important thing. If your pictures are on point and your pictures look real good, you could get away with having a whack ass bio, and sometimes you could even get away with not really saying too much in the messages. All you got to do is just set up a date. And the last thing I'll say real quick is when he was talking about going hiking or playing board games and all that other stuff, I would say you guys have to think about something simple to do, something that you like to do that's real simple. So like, for example, just the simplest thing is let's go get a drink, let's go get coffee. Because if you're saying let's go jogging, Bernardo was saying it too, you're really minimizing the amount of women that you're going to be able to connect with like that, because most of the times, most people are not going to want to do certain things that's going to overexert themselves on a first date situation. The first date, the first meeting is supposed to be super simple and something small. You understand what I'm saying? Just to sort of fill each other out. You see what I mean? Then if you start dating her, then you could say, hey, let's go jogging and let's do something more extravagant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. Real quick, before you go, Lucario, Cold Steel, you got a question you want to throw out at Lucario before you have to take off?
No, yeah. I was so like, what about the board games? That's too complicated. Or,
yeah,
I thought it would be more fun than just talking or just asking questions or.
Right. Well, the thing is this. If what you want to do is that the date that you go on with a chick, like the first date you go on with a chick, you want it to be a situation where you are getting to know her and she has time to get to know you. So it's not that you can't play a board game, but that can be secondary. So like I live in New York. I'm actually in Florida right now, but I live in New York, and there's a spot in New York that I used to go to where they had board games at the bar. You understand what I'm saying? Like some Connect Four type shit and all that. So people would come there, get a drink, and then play board games. So what I'll say is do something simple like, hey, let's go take a walk in the park and talk and get to know each other, or let's go get coffee. Let's go get a drink. You understand what I'm saying? Something simple and quick that y'all can just fill each other out. And then once you see that, okay, I'm feeling her, she's feeling me, then you can add other stuff. You see what I'm saying? So I would say just keep it super simple. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like the thing is this, you still want to do things that is something you want to do, but at the same time, the first date, you always want to keep it simple because you still don't want to overextend yourself because you don't even know if you're going to like the girl. So imagine you doing a bunch of extra stuff that you don't necessarily need to do in order to make something happen, but you don't even know her like that. And I see it like this, because you think board games are fun and you like it, that's good. But what I will also say is this, is that that's something that is significant to you. So I think you should only do that with a girl who's worth it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if that's something you like to do, save that for a girl that you're actually dating. See, there's a difference between going on a date and dating somebody. So when you start dating a girl, meaning this is a girl you're seeing on a consistent basis, do that with her. If you want to go jogging, jog with a girl that you've been seeing on a consistent basis. Do that with her. For the girls you first meet for the first time, you don't even know them. You don't even know if they're about anything. Do something real simple and small for like an hour or so, just to feel them out. And then if you say, okay, this girl's cool, you know what? Next time we go out, we're going to play some board games. Next time we go out, we're going to go jogging. You understand what I'm saying? Then you give them the extra stuff that is Cold Steel. Like, don't give them your whole energy yet. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I would say. Just fill it out and make it something simple. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what I was saying.
Give them don't give them too much up front.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Don't even bother with all that, because to me that looks like you're overextending yourself too much for them. You don't even know this woman. This woman, you could go on a date with this girl. She could be a psycho. She could be just super goofy. She could be somebody you're like, I don't never want to see this girl again. And you spent 2-3 hours with her jogging or doing something that could have been spent, time that could have been better spent with somebody that was worth it. You see what I'm saying? So once they pass the test, then do the other stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, That makes sense. My thinking was that, like, say, if I played the board game on the date,
Mm.
and turns out that this person isn't for me, I had a good time anyway.
Mm. No, I understand that too. I'm just saying that all I'm saying is that you want to keep shit simple to
Yeah.
get your foot in the door. You understand what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
get things going. You see what I'm saying? And then once things are going, then you can do the
Damn.
extra stuff. You see? That's all I'm saying. You see?
Yeah.
Because
hey, hold on real quick,
right.
Lucario, look alive, man. A bad one just walked behind you, man. You missed it.
Oh, word, I missed it, man.
Nah, she
Yeah,
gone.
I'm out here in West Palm Beach right now, man. It's crazy. It's dope out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
caught one off to your left.
Yeah, man.
She gone, man. Yeah. Better get off here and get on it.
You know? But yeah, that's all I want to say. I wanted just because I just want to pop in real quick. But shout out to you,
man.
Bernard. Shout out to you, Cold Steel Man, and anybody out there in the chat.
Yeah.
Just keep doing your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. I'm
right,
glad you came up. Glad you came up.
All right, I'm gonna holler. Peace.
Appreciate it. Shout out to Lucario. That was good. All right, shout out to Ice, channel member. Shout out to Ice, channel member, who just said, oh, he didn't say a damn thing. He just dropped a $5 super sticker. Appreciate that. And where is Evie now? I don't know if you got a problem with me. Never mind. I ain't gonna say that. Evie now in the building says, yes, a good profile. Good pics are always important. A nicely fitted suit is always a plus. Shout out to Evie now in the building. Shout out to Evie now. Yeah, I'm laughing for a reason. I can't even explain. Mr. Tobert in the building says, I've had women suggest pumpkin carving and going to wineries for a date. No boyfriend experience. He says no boyfriend experience. Yeah, I hear you on that. That's something that she do with her boyfriend. You're not trying to be giving her that. Why can y'all still see that? What the hell? Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get stuff out of the shot. Got all my junk everywhere starting to bleed over into the shot. But no, that was some good stuff. Lucario definitely gave some good info. There's the links to Lucario's channel. Y'all can go over there and definitely check him out. One thing that you had said before that, said a lot of your life you didn't have your money right, and that was affecting you with the ladies and whatnot. Let's talk on that one for a little bit. Now, I assume right now it sounds like you're saying you got your money right.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm right now. I'm a supervisor at Walmart, and in the night time, and
you said you're a supervisor at Walmart. When me and Lucario was roasting you a little bit, I was about to jokingly say that you look like he said you look like you work at Target. I was about to say you look like a Walmart greeter, but you're just actually a manager at Walmart.
Yeah, but
okay, you're a manager at Walmart. Completely up to you. Roughly how much did that gig pay? You don't gotta say it if you don't want to.
they everyone
I'm sorry, let's say start over. What did you say?
They everyone a big raise. So
damn, you haven't did you move or go somewhere else?
No. It might be
you're fading in and out, bro.
Let's see. Maybe can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it was just the internet.
Yeah.
But yes, and the trading stocks has worked out. I make
the Walmart. I said a manager at Walmart. What does that typically pay? What does that pay?
Right now they're paying like 20. So
$20,000.
No, an hour. $20.
Oh, $20 an hour. Okay, so about $40,000 a year. That's the only job.
Also,
I know you're doing the stock thing.
yeah, and that's been working out since 2020. Um,
All right, so
uh,
you make about 40 grand a year and you're trading stocks and whatnot. That's that. Those are your you basically your income sources.
yeah, yeah, and I actually been making as much with the stocks as I do
Mm.
on my salary
Oh dang. Oh, you doing
because
doing
I
doing damn good then. Doing damn good then.
was a teenager. So
Well, you if you're calling this having your money together, I mean, like, so what were you doing before you was doing the Walmart? Before you was a manager at Walmart, you was a greeter at Walmart before the manager at Walmart. That was a
mechanic.
joke. You was a mechanic. Why you go from mechanic to Walmart manager?
I started going to school.
Well, why not? Oh, you said you started going to school
Right.
to do
And
what?
mechanical engineering.
Wait, I said, what were you doing before you were a Walmart greeter? You said I mean, manager at Walmart. You said you were, I assumed, a working mechanic.
Yeah,
So you were a working mechanic making how much?
about the same. About 30 to 40.
About 30 to 40 as a mechanic.
Yeah.
And you stopped being a mechanic to.
Okay. Yeah. So basically,
Why were you making so little as a mechanic? Mechanics normally make more than that.
they don't start off making a lot. Uh,
Okay.
they start off making like right out of mechanic school, they start off pretty low, like 12 an hour, and it goes up from there until it moves up pretty fast once you get more experience.
Yeah.
But but yeah, yeah. I mean, just like a lot of us, I could have been a millionaire by now. If I focus on my purpose at an
Yeah.
early age. You know.
Yeah. Leo Lyon, I think you got it right. He's saying you were more or less you were an apprentice. Um, Basically, you're just starting out.
Right, right. And then I
Yeah, when you're starting out, yeah, that's legitimately how it is. That's legitimately how it is. You
yeah,
start out, you start out at around, $20 an hour in some cases less, and then you gradually work your way up to making, being getting paid, in the low 30s. That gets you at about $65,000 a year. And then depending on how many hours you work, that's how
right,
you could start making the, 75, 80, 90, or even six figures. And then once you get to that point, then you could eventually, once you get so much experience, then you could step branch out on your own, and then and it's, become what Kevin Samuels would call that Blue Henry type.
right.
So that sounded like it was a good path that you were on. Why did you stop that path to do Walmart, where you probably maxed out at 40K?
No, I don't max out at 40K. That's a low level manager. At 40K. But
Well, I'm just gonna assume a mechanic with experience is going to max out higher than a Walmart manager.
no, no, no. Well, like a store manager makes like six figures. But but the reason was to go to school for mechanical engineering. So I'm actually still interested in that. Um, but they got me into working they got me to work at Walmart full time for now. But I'm still interested in going to school because I find it pretty interesting. So
All right, all right, all right.
it's all about closing the deal.
Well, we are joined by Mumia Obsidian Ali. Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. Uh,
what's up, fellas?
What's going on? What's going on?
How you,
All
fellas?
right, somebody, wait on real quick, real quick. Somebody said he's trolling. I don't think this is a troll situation. Like, I actually saw him in the back chat. He looked exactly like that. I saw him. Like your camera was on, and I saw you, and he looks exactly like the picture. Like this is who he is. They just didn't put up some fake picture, and he we've had a lot of conversations with him. He's fairly consistent in chat rooms and in people comment section with how he's talking and what he's saying here. He's fairly consistent. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think nothing is trolly going on here. I don't think nothing. I don't think he's trolling. But Obsidian in the building. Go ahead. You
Yep.
got the floor. You got the mic.
Hey, what's up, man? How you
What's
feeling?
up? What's up? Doing
So,
good.
yeah, let me. This is a very interesting conversation because I don't know if Cold Steel is aware of this, but everybody listening to your show is, and they will kindly recall that I conducted my own little experiment online with
Mhm.
online dating, and in particular Tinder, which is the top of the heap. Tinder is the king of the hill right now.
Oh wait, wait, real quick, time out, Obsidian. I just one thing I forgot to ask him. You probably were going to do that. What were the age of the women that you were matching with?
Oh yeah, so all ages. I actually get more matches from under 30. So
Okay,
like,
time out, time out. Very important. Where did you set it? Because I know on Tinder you could set it from like 18 to 65 and up, or or so, which means if let's just say if you want to put your cutoff at 21 and you don't want to mess with nobody over 30, so you can just go from 21 to 29, or you can go from 25 to 35. It's literally like a bar. You could put it at 19 and move it all the way to 65. You could stop it at any point. So where did you set yours?
um, I said it from 35,
From what?
18 to 35.
18 to 35. Okay. All right.
Get all the way from 18 all the way on
Well,
30.
that would explain why most of your matches came from women in their 20s, because most of the people, I mean, that was, it was only 30 to 35 versus you got from all ranging from 20 to 29 were possibilities, but only 30 to 35 were possibilities. If you would have said it from let's say 20 to 40, you probably would have got an equal amount of 30s and 20s. But anyway,
Hard to
but
believe.
yeah, but
Actually,
either way. All right, so 18 to 35. All right. And all right, go ahead, Obsidian.
Yeah.
18 is legal adult, and we're not doing that mess today. 18 is a legal adult. We're not doing that. That ain't the show. We
Right.
had the legal age of consent show. 18 is a legal adult in this country.
We're done
So
with
we're
that.
not having that debate. All right, go ahead, Obsidian. You got it. I won't
Yeah.
interrupt. You
So,
got it.
so
You got it.
yeah. I did the experiment. I was listening to Lucario, and he made some interesting points. I do agree with him. According to OK Cupid, yeah, your profile pic is the most important thing, and
Okay.
that they recommend not using a smartphone, although many people do, especially iPhone does. There are entire genre of professional photographers who do their photography through their iPhone, but OK Cupid recommends you using a DLSR, a digital SLR camera with interchangeable lenses and stuff like that. So I am going to have some more pics done, not this time, not through an iPhone, but through an actual DSLR. And the trick is your pic is supposed to you're supposed to be in the foreground. Excuse me, you're supposed to be in the foreground, and the background is supposed to be kind of blurred out. They call that shallow depth of field. That's the technical term. You're supposed to have that, so you stand out in the foreground, and your background is kind of blurred out. That if you do something like that, and they even recommend the best times of the day or night to take pictures, either late at night, like around midnight, because that's usually when people are out being sociable. So
Okay.
you get pictures of you kind of being sociable, or like in the mid afternoon, like around 3, which is like you kind of chilling photos. So yeah, those are things I'm going to be doing my own self, kind of just to be experimenting.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I did an experiment on Tinder and got completely different results from what you were talking about, Cold Steel. That's what that's what I was intrigued by. And we're similar in age. You're in your late 40s, right?
Yeah.
And I'm in my early 50s. So we're not that different. And you're 5'6".
Yeah.
We're about basically the same height because I'm 5'7". So yeah, we're basically. I mean, I can't see your body build, but I would imagine it's not that far off of mine. So we're more or less the same in that respect. And the upper range of the ladies that you were interested in on Tinder was 30.
I put 35.
35.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes I go to 25, and then sometimes I raise it back up.
Oh, I started at 35.
I
I went
did.
from 35 to 55, just to try, just to test it out.
Yeah.
So, and I got very good results.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't have any of the results. I didn't have any bots. I didn't have any problems with Tinder. Tinder did try to bump me up to a gold membership, but other than that, I had lots of matches in the first 72 hours of me setting up a Tinder profile. I got like half a dozen matches, all from non-black women. Now, when in the following week, I got a lot of black female matches. I write all about it. I've written about it. It's over on the Negro Manosphere website, but it'll be included in the Book of Obsidian Volume 2. So I'm just wondering how we got such wildly divergent, responses and results.
Well, I don't think you got. I don't think they were different in the sense that he didn't say that he wasn't getting matches. It was just the conversations. I mean, in your experiment, you didn't divulge whether or not you engaged in conversations with these women. You were just looking at the quality of the matches, if I understood it right.
You talking to me?
Talking to you, Obsidian.
Well, yeah, I did. Actually, as it turns out, I actually did have quite a few conversations with the ladies. But yeah, you're right. The main issue was me, the quality of just the matches off the rip. I was testing out the theory that if you're a non-select guy, you're pretty much toast on an online dating. That hasn't been my experience. It just hasn't.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with what you say on your profile. I just have one picture with my shirt on. It's not even.
Wait, that one picture is the only picture you got?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
So I just,
But also you did go a step further and try and offer a date
Yeah.
to the women. So I guess in your de facto experiment, you put yourself out there further to get to sink or swim. If I so it's slightly different. Well, no, I guess the important thing. How many matches did you get when you first put it on there? How many matches did you get in the first 72 hours or however long? How many initial matches did you get, and what were the quality of those matches? I guess that will help with an apples to apples comparison with Obsidian's experience and your experience.
okay, so the first 72 hours, I got a bunch of matches right away. So I got maybe like 5 matches. Some were trans, some were.
Whoa, back up. Say that again.
So there are a couple trans.
On this was on Bumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I haven't messed
Wait,
around with them.
hold on. You said you
I haven't
matched
messed
with
with
them?
Yeah, because I just
which means you swiped right on them.
Yeah, I just swipe right like 50 times.
You mean you picked up your? I don't got my phone. Are you saying?
So you were indiscriminate with the swiping. You
saying basically
swiping.
picked up your phone and just was doing like this?
Exactly.
Okay, that's the only thing that saved you. Okay, all right.
But yeah, I got all kinds of matches. None of them were dime pieces or 8 or 9. But they range from.
Why does that matter? Why you put a? I mean, okay. Well, no, we were asking for the quality of. Yeah, just what were the quality of them? You keep going back to dime pieces. Like,
Okay.
If you're not getting on with the ladies at all, then you don't get to complain about I ain't even getting no dimes. I mean, you ain't got nothing. But I guess what were the overall quality of the women?
Majority of them were 6s and 7s.
Okay.
Which is above average. That's above 6s and 7s are above average.
Yeah. Most of them were a little bit above average. Well, average to above average, 5 to 7, I'd say. I got 1 8 that was probably a time waster, like ARC talks about. Because because I tried to get her out on was interested in have she had a conversation with me, asked where I lived, um, what uh, what I do and stuff. Uh, but she wouldn't meet me in person. That she never unmatched me because like she got my personal phone number and messaged me on my personal phone. That was one of the better looking ones. She was an 8, but I tried to get her to go on a date, but then she took a picture of herself in like a onesie, sent it to me. But that was the last I saw of her. I think she was like just out for the attention. But yeah, most of them were like 5 to 7. There are a few below average ones too, so they're the full range. Like one asked for money, and then one was up front said he just wanted to go on dates just as friends.
Yeah, I didn't get any of that. So let me make sure I understand this. Were you using Tinder or Bumble or both?
Just Bumble.
Ah,
After
that's the trick. See, I was using Tinder, so that can account for the reason why I don't want to use Bumble is because it is an avowed feminist dating app. I mean, and I'm not making this up. You can look this up online. Their goal is to empower women. Now, I'm not against that, but I just don't like. I've done my research on Bumble. I don't care for it, so that's the reason why I don't use it. But yeah, that explains the divergence, Bernard, of experiences there. And actually, Cold Steel may be doing us all a big favor by being an unwitting guinea pig here. This
Right.
is what you can expect over there on Bumble if you use it as a straight man. Now, what I'm interested in, and I don't know if you can tell me this or not, Cold Steel, because we're both shorter statured guys. They made a big deal out of body shaming, fat shaming, and all that sort of thing. I did actual lives on this earlier. I think it was either earlier this year or last year. I'm very curious to know what their stance is with regard to shorter statured men. Do they say that? Do they have that same energy with regard to that, or that's something they don't care about, or is that something that they're okay with their predominantly female user base discriminating against?
yeah, very few of them put a height preference. Most of them don't put a height preference on them.
I see.
How how tall they want the guy to be. They put their own height. Like
Right.
like Bumble asks you for your own height as part of
Right.
your preference, but yeah, I don't remember any of them saying that you had to be a certain height. A couple of them said that they're size queens, and that means they want to be big.
Right.
Say that again. It's
They,
you keep fading in and out. It's like you like it go from clear to muffled really fast. So if you could do, if you could, excuse me, if you could some way somehow do something about that, that'd be great. So you said it's like you said a size screen or something of the sort. So real quick, Blaze of Stampede in the building says, "I need to know what was homie doing 10 years ago. Need to know so I don't do it." Shout out to you, Blaze the Stampede. Shout out to everybody who supports the stream. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Appreciate everybody in the building. Go ahead, Coach Steel.
a couple uh, a small percentage of them put in their profile that they're a size queen. So I was
Oh, size queen.
yeah. So I was told that if they say they're a size queen, that means that they want the guy's junk to be big.
Yeah, I know the size queen. Yeah, I'm familiar with the size. What size queens are? They huh.
But but
I haven't
but
seen that in the profile on a dating app. To be honest, I haven't seen nobody put that in there.
but yeah, yeah, most of them their profiles are pretty PG. They're just like you know most of them have decent profiles. I can't really complain too much.
Hmm.
And they haven't matched me with any single moms or women looking for stepfathers. Like a small percentage of them, they ask you if you have kids, and a couple of them they have and don't want more. But other than that, I think I think Bumble maybe it's because of my preferences I put in, but on Bumble I haven't gotten anything in mind. So, but
Mhm. What preferences did you put in? I don't even remember a preference section on Bumble back when I was on there.
I I don't remember saying whether I'm looking for. I don't remember the single mom thing, but I put preferences like whether you want something casual or serious. Um, that's the main one I remember. Oh yeah, active. If you want to match with only active people who work out a lot. Um, just a few basic ones like that.
Hmm.
I don't
Interesting.
I don't think it
Interesting.
asks for like a preference in height, but it puts its own heights on there. Um,
Let me ask you a question, Cold Steel. I don't know if you've answered this already.
yeah.
So if you have, my apologies. But I'm just very curious. What was the racial makeup of the women that you interacted with? Were they predominantly black, or were they predominantly non-black, or was a mix, roughly even mix of both?
It's like a 10 to 20% black, so it seems to be about the same percentage of society.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Very, very interesting.
yeah, it's like 10 to 20%.
Yeah, early on I had nothing but non-black, but then as time went on in my experiment, more black women got involved. So it wound up by the time I got finished with that experiment, I would say it was roughly even mix of black women and non-black women. So you had white, a few Asian, a few Hispanic, and then the rest black. Very, excuse me,
Right.
very interesting. And I set my parameters for about, I think it was a 25-mile radius around my city, my home city of Philly. So what parameters did you set?
I put 30-mile radius.
So we're similar. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. What do you
Uh,
think? What do you make of this, Bernard? What do you make of the divergence of experience here?
Um, I'm not seeing a huge difference in the experience, but the only area where there was something where it really diverged is the way he went about pursuing the date. That was the only area where I could see where it diverged. Other than that, he's basically saying that he got he set it up. Yeah, they did have different age parameters, but yeah, set it up. Yeah, both in the first 72 hours. Well, I think in the first 72 hours, you ended up getting
Like half a
12
dozen.
matches
Yeah.
to his he said he got about 5. Well, damn, he did say a couple of them was trans. That's crazy. But crazy stuff can happen. I know when you go on a dating app, I'm giving them a pass because crazy stuff can happen when you go on a dating app and you just indiscriminately swipe on every profile. That's what most guys do when they go on there, and then you
But
see what you met.
what's interesting though about this, Bernard, and I'm glad that Cold Steel is here to share his experiences. I want to thank him for for doing that. It's a brave man to do something like that. So I want to
yeah.
give him a lot of kudos. Um, what this does is actually reinforces my original experiment. And how is because now you got two non-select guys having pretty good experiences with online dating. The argument was that if you're a non-select guy, if you're not in that 20%, 10%, Tinder has reports on its site where women only focus on 5% of men on Tinder. That's what they say. But that hasn't been my experience. Again, I haven't used Bumble, but Cold still has. That hasn't been an experience, the trans thing notwithstanding. But nevertheless, the point is made. The non-select guy is not a death sentence on online dating if you're a non-select guy. It's just not. Now we can go into the weeds with it in terms of can you get dimes and can you do this, can you do that? And fine. But the idea was if you're a non-select guy, you ain't getting no action at all on online dating. That's just not true.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely get matches.
It's
Um.
just not true. So once again, we've obliterated yet another talking point, red pill talking point, if you will. We've obliterated it. I mean, he's only backed up what I've done already. He only corroborates my experience. So, now is there room for improvement? Always. There's always room for improving a man's game one way or another, like Lucario was talking about earlier with regard to your, photographs and your appearance and stuff. That's part of your game. Getting that together. You're writing your profile and all that. Texting, there's a whole devotion of game, a whole sector of game devoted to text game. You can always work on that. Trying out which different dating apps work best for you. You have to, experiment. That's an aspect of your game. So it's always, moving the woman from, the app off to, a venue or dating and stuff. I'll give a big shout out to my man Ramil Amir. He wrote a book about this. Very good book. It's a small book, but it's very informative book. So there's always, areas of your game that you have to work on and improve, always. But nevertheless, the point is still made. If you're a quote unquote non-select guy, life ain't over for you, man. You can still get action on online dating. Me and Cold Steel are living proof of that.
Yeah, definitely. But I would, in my opinion, being select makes a huge difference. So, say for example, if I had pictures of me with my shirt off and I'm sure I'd get a lot more matches and a lot more responses. Even though I got responses, even just a picture of me with my shirt on, just you know, just with just my face. So, but
Well, to what somebody is saying, I saw somebody in the chat point out what they said. It don't mean nothing if you don't smash. I won't go that far, but to some degree, it matters. It matters that you can actually see the person, because I can even speak to, and keep in mind, I went a whole 2 years, I think it was, where every woman I had sex with, I met on a dating app. So I was very familiar with dating apps during that time period in my life. It does matches. I mean, they matter. You swipe right on a lot of profiles, you're going to get some matches, but being able to go from we matched to either we're talking on our phone or or texting on our cell phones, not on the app. We moved from the app to our cell phone, and we moved from there to actually meeting each other in person, let alone actually getting it back to your place or her place and having some sex sometime down the road or that night. Those are different levels of it. So yes, you can definitely get matches. Like I think most people can get on there and get matches. Going that next step is a true tale of the tape. And I won't even say that next step is actually having sex. If you can go from matches to meeting that person, meeting that person in person, then that's when that's when it would truly hands down prove more or less what Obsidian is saying, that his experience is proved and Cold Steel experience has proven. So I think that's the final nail in the coffin coup de grace to that when it comes to the non-select guy not being able to get on a dating app.
now I wanted to add one more thing. I think like dating apps, people are looking for a shortcut to what they want.
People are looking for what?
A shortcut to something they want as opposed to meeting in person. So, for example, a woman might be looking for money or something. They might be hoping to find a sugar daddy on the dating app, and say a guy might be looking to find women that are out of his league. So you have to eliminate people with ulterior motives. So you might match with them, but they might be a gold digger or looking for a sugar daddy. So or they want like dinner dates or something like that. So that would explain why it's not that easy to get them to meet in person. Now I did meet so one person I asked out in person did show some interest in and exchange numbers. You said that she would be big.
I'm sorry, did you say you met somebody in person?
Yeah.
That you met on Bumble?
No. No, she was actually an Uber driver, but
Oh, okay. You met her. You didn't. I thought you were saying you met her on app, and then from on the app, and then from the app, the two of you went and met in person. But actually, you're
no.
saying you just met her when she was, I suppose, driving Uber. She picked you
Right,
up. Okay.
right. Yeah, so I just had how the night was going, and then I made a little small talk, and then I asked her if she's interested in dating, and she said, "Well, I've been dating. I've been seeing a guy."
The fuck?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, the OG wanted to come in the back chat. I bring him up, and he got some damn smooth jazz playing in the background. Like, what kind of? Hey, turn that shit off, OG. Come on now. All right. Okay, we back. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So then I said, "No, are you interested in us dating?" And she said she'll be busy for the next week or so, but she'll exchange numbers. No, she said she'll give me her number, and then I said let's exchange numbers. I know you're pretty busy, so hit me up when you're free to go on a date. So then we exchanged numbers, but I still kind of like the board game idea because it's like something that's fun and we both have a good time regardless. But I don't know. I'm on the fence about that. I try it both ways, see how it works.
Mm-hmm.
I asked her about the working out. Oh yeah, I did invite her to do a workout, and she said that she can't work out with anybody else. She can only work out by herself. But but uh, but yeah, so I might call her or wait for her to call. But I think to me it seems like if you get the woman to participate in something, that's better than sitting there drinking your coffee or eating food.
All right, we're gonna go to J Speed and Code Steel. Your audio. I mean, I can understand 95% of what you're saying, but it still doesn't exactly sound good. But J Speed, you got the floor. You got the mic.
Good morning, my brothers. How you doing?
And you sound too damn good.
Okay, I always try, especially when I come on your mic.
Yeah,
Your mic.
Turn the gain down.
Turn the volume down a little bit.
You sound like Morgan Freeman talking from the clouds.
All right. Let me get it straightened out for you.
All right, that sounds better. Go ahead.
Sounds better?
Yeah, sound good.
Okay. I just want to say good morning to everybody in the chat room. Good morning to Acedia. Good morning to Bernard Riley, a.k.a. Renato. Cole Steele.
Yeah.
I got some pointers for you, my brother. Okay. Talking about your pictures earlier, and there's a reason I think all profile pictures should be black and white, and all your other pictures should be in color. And there's a reason why Hollywood use profile pictures as far as black and white. It gives it more character.
Okay.
You're fighting against colors when you are using color pictures for your profile. Another thing I would tell you to do, find you some fashionable glasses that you can use, and you can always use your regular glasses afterwards. But for your profile picture, find you some fashionable glasses. Number three,
what's wrong with the ones you got?
There's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with them at all. It's just his picture is too busy, and the glasses making you come straight to his eyes versus all the stuff is happening in the foreground. You don't want your picture be too busy. Cydia says something very important about depth and field, where you want to be the center of your picture, and you can do that with guys. You really don't have to do it with DRs or Rs or none of that, because mostly the new iPhones or the Android phones give you just as much clarity, but you have to take it off automatically. That's where you get the problem at. It's try to picks up everything. If you take it off automatic, it's going to give you that depth and field. And you want it black and white, and you want all the rest of your pictures in color. And number 4, you want to do a group picture that makes you seem more sociable.
Okay. Yeah.
Because when you just do a lot of pictures when yourself, it make it seem like, you know, it's focusing on yourself, but it don't really give people a real feel that if I go out with this guy, is he sociable? You know what I mean? So you always want to do a group picture, not a prison group picture where people on their knees and all that shit. I'm talking about an actual social event.
Yeah. Like something like that.
Right. And if you want to, don't never take off. Like say, I could do it because I come from that generation, but you don't want to do pictures with shirts off in 2021. You want to, what you want to do is get you a workout shirt, and something you will work out in the gym and use that for your profile picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Get a cool military shirt, man. Get a Marine Corps shirt or something like that. T-shirt.
Oh yeah, uniforms are still happening. Women still like men in uniforms, especially the type of woman you're looking for in the first place. You got to understand which, I guess, demographics, what kind of women that you want, and what are you really looking for, you know. And you always want, like, your picture, your profile picture, it's looking like you all tight lip. You want to loosen up a little bit with that picture. You want to have a smile with your picture. What we call the 3/4 is a commercial picture because you're using a 3/4 profile picture in the first place. You're not using a headshot. So you want it seem like your picture seemed like you didn't want to take it. You know, you wanted a little smile, not showing all 32, but you want a little smile with your picture.
Right. Yeah.
So I worked in Hollywood for like 35 years, so I know these professionals who take these commercial shots versus headshots and a lot of other things. Your pictures are very important because that's the only person that's the only thing a person has other than your writings.
Right. Yeah. So one in workout, a few in workout clothes, one in a suit.
Right. But you want your profile picture to be exactly what your title is. It was to represent your title. And then all the other shots just make you more sociable. That you do sociable things, or you understand what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
But stay away from reds, bright colors, earth tones, and it plays a lot better in black and white. You want your headshot or your 3/4 shot in black and white, and all the rest of your pictures are in colors. That's very important.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions?
Let's see.
Well, nobody asked you a question, OG. You just
I'm just asking him, did he have another question? But no, I'm being polite.
You asked him, do he have a question? You volunteered all that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It was good information, though. It was good information. I'm just messing with you.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, there you go.
So do you chat with them when you match, or do you just try to get them out to meet as soon as possible?
Well, one of the things I always say, if you go use these type of apps, because I was using these things way back in the days when you could get it on your regular, before all this internet stuff. You could do it in newspapers. Your local newspaper would have dating sites right in the newspaper.
Yeah.
But so what I would say is make your title pop out, just like your picture, and try to put information in there so you can weed out the people who you don't want to be bothered with.
Right.
Then you got to understand your dating range, like people were saying earlier. You have to ask, what is your interest in somebody who might not be as mature as you are, or if you don't live in that fast lane, or you don't live in it, you got to weed out these type of people, because you're not going to be happy with that type of person, because that's not who you are. So you have the right things that you like to do to weed out these type of people. You know what I mean? Don't put on there, I like to do anything. I'm a very outgoing person. I like to do this. And I know that, see, you're not cornerstone who you are. And so you won't be able to weed out them type of people, the people who are gold diggers, or the people who just looking for somebody to get in their bag. You won't be able to weed. You're looking, to me, the way you sound, you're looking for somebody who's more mature.
Let's say, well, I don't want to get like serious right away. So, I'm not like, I'm looking for like casual dating, but
Okay. Well, let that be clear. You're looking for casual dating that could, in the near future, become a sexual relationship, however you want to word it, but have that in there. Because if you say casual dating, a person might just call you to go to an event, and you go to that event and they don't have sex on their mind. They just need a partner or somebody to be with them to hold them on the arm. But I'm pretty sure at the end of the day, you still want to have that sexual relationship, right? I seen that in your title.
I actually put that in my profile, but it doesn't
Your
match.
profile is your title. That is your brand.
Right. So yeah, so that doesn't match with my pictures because I put something sexual in the profile, but I got like, if you put something sexual, you got to put yourself in like workout clothes.
No, you don't have to be so blatant with it. You could put it in a way that their understanding is you're looking for more of a physical, spiritual, and a sexual relationship, but you can put it in words that sex don't stand out, but it's already known.
So my philosophy is that you do have to be blunt about sex to get out of the friend zone.
Well,
I think that's a mistake
again,
years past.
Yeah, again, you got to understand when you put sex in your title, you can get anything from a stripper to a hooker to everything else who's looking for easy targets.
That's true. And yep, that's true. You get all kinds, but yeah, when they figure out I'm not giving them any money,
Right, but I'm just saying you want to weed them. You're not gonna be able to weed everybody out that you're not gonna be compatible with what you want. But what you can do is weed out a lot of people. It's just like a car.
Yeah.
You can put an alarm on your car. The only thing alarm will stop is the average thief who might want to steal you something inside of your car, break your window. But if you put alarm on it, you get professionals to steal your car. So what you're trying to do is do the same thing you would do as far as alarm on your car, is weed out some of that bad stuff from the beginning. And then after you have the initial date with the person, then that is the process of you knowing if you have a connection with this person or this person is just not in your cup of tea.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've been getting is I got to make my pictures more consistent with the words in my profile, and basically I got to swipe more because the ratios is the ratio of girls to guys isn't that good. So you gotta swipe a lot more, better pictures, and
Yeah. And you don't want shots. You see my headshot? Are you able to see my headshot?
yeah, that's a good looking picture.
Now that shot I took 30 years ago. That's the shot I used when I worked in Hollywood. You don't want a straightforward shot. You want to hit. Everybody has a good side and a bad side. You want to find out your good side and your bad side.
Use like
and you want to do it like
different pictures on there, just for the record. So
okay.
Yeah.
But for his profile picture, he don't want to look straight ahead. You want your best side at about a 20 degree, anywhere from a 20 degree to about, I guess, 30. You don't want to do a 45. And you want to be looking at an angle at the camera, looking straight into the camera like you're doing with your regular shot, but you don't want to do that with a straight on shot. You see the difference between the way you looking in the camera and the way I'm looking in the camera with my head tilted to my best side. You want shots like that.
Yeah, that's a good tip. I never even thought about that. So yeah. Yep. If I didn't come on, I would
even looking at old man. He's looking at something else, but you can still see who he is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it
you
looks
know,
better.
it's a good shot. And you see how he's tilted to one side.
They get a better idea of what your face looks like from
Right.
offset a little bit. Yeah, that makes sense. And then there's still the. Now I'm not gonna put all my eggs in the online
No,
profile.
you don't do that. That's what y'all call it something else, but that's where the courtship come in. That's my old word. Y'all call it something else now. But that's where that come in. The information. Go small places, have, me at Starburst with a cup of tea, cup of coffee. You don't want that date to
Meet
be
where? What did you say? Meet where?
at Starburst or Starbucks or whatever the hell y'all go at
You
now
said
and drink coffee.
Starburst. What is
Yeah,
that?
Starburst.
What is
Yeah,
Starburst?
that's a piece of candy that you can get coffee and tea at. You usually come with the green little person on it. But anyway, you want like small, go to simple things. You know what I mean? You want it in public. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to go in no Italian restaurant with candle lights and stuff like that that might scare off. So you just want small talk. You know what I mean? Get to know her, she get to know you, but don't give everything. You know what I mean?
Now,
And please don't bring up bad relationships you had with women. Never on the first day.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I want to keep it. My game plan is to keep it interesting and fun.
Right.
And that's why I like. Some people don't like the board game idea. I like it because I always have fun whenever I play board games. So
Right. And don't talk about too much of yourself. Ask her questions.
yeah,
Keep up on the burner.
that's true.
Because
But
some guys go on date and they make themselves look like they're on top of the world. And the woman has to wonder, well, if you're on top of the world, what the fuck are you doing on a dating site? Because people still look at dating site as something taboo, but that's just a new way we do it now. That's a new way that we communicate with people now because of the technology.
that's true. Now, I think that like every location where you can meet
Wait, hold
women.
on, real quick. Let me ask OG a question because you sound like you know quite a bit about the dating apps. Like you killing it. You doing numbers on Christian Mingle or something? Like what app you use?
I don't have to. My reputation is good enough in every city I would been in. Dating sites. It's not one of the things. I'm 6'1", 195 pounds with a six pack. So I don't
So
really
there's
have
no
that
there's
type
no
of problem.
photos of you on Christian Mingle with your shirt off talking about you looking
No,
for a wife.
if you go to the African sites, yes, but that's
Okay.
for my move, and you move up very highly when you start going international, like Africa and stuff like that. You can get 1,000 hits in 1 week.
All right, go ahead, Cole. Still,
But
you
in
was saying
America,
something.
I don't have to. In America, I don't have to use that. I just dress up, put on some nice cologne, nice shoes, shiny, white shirt, crisp, button down, and I just go out and do my thing.
Give me about 60 seconds. I gotta do something real quick.
All right. Well, while we on the subject, even though we're not on the subject, um, Al Boogie said he's still waiting on the dunk video. You ready to just concede defeat on that, OG? That you do not.
No, I got to figure. I'm working on it every day, but not.
Oh, you got to build back up to it. In other words.
Yeah, I got to build back up to it.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's understandable.
I ain't gonna go out there and kill myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can give y'all some videos of my last, my shooting percentage. My shooting percentage is up to about 70% now from the free throw. That's on a bad day.
I see.
So I'm just getting used to the ball again. When you see a lot of time, Bernard, when people train themselves to get the right kind of dunks they want, they try to jump up it's not so much when you get older jumping up, it's getting your body comfortable coming down. So what you do, you get high and come down, get your body used to coming down. Going up is the easy part. Coming down, it can be some of the complicating part because your body could get a little scared, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm working on now, is coming down.
Yeah.
So it's an easy process. Believe it or not, a lot of guys don't know. If you 5'7", it's an easy process of building your body to dunk a ball. It just take work.
All right, go ahead, Coach. Still, you sound like you about to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with that. Building your body isn't that hard, but most people aren't not even interested in fitness. But
Yeah, that's one thing that we really didn't explore. It sounds like you got physical fitness on your side. You say you a strength and conditioning trainer, so like you in tip top shape, like you ripped, right?
Once I was ripped, I'm not ripped right now, but I'm getting there. I'm already getting attention from the ladies as I go out and about. So I just got to get my 6-pack back. But yeah. I mean, I was in amazing shape when I was younger. But, I'm getting there. I'm already getting attention. So, but I've been working out consistently like last couple of months. Maybe
Coach Dale,
yeah.
since you do oriented training, will you tell people how really easy it is to get 6-pack? Because it's already under there. It's just covered up. One of my ways I found out is getting your legs real tight the first day, and the next day you work on your crunches and your pull-ups and your leg ups. That's one of the easy way to lose the fat in your stomach is get your legs tied first, and then the next following day you start working on. Have you found that to be a secret for you?
I keep it real simple. I just I work on my entire body, including my abs, and as far as the body fat is just consistent aerobic training. So either half an hour a day or an hour a day of jogging or backing, whatever it is. 7 days a week. That's my chosen method. And so like I'd rather do more aerobic training than have a really good diet. I know a lot of people do both, but I lean more towards the aerobic training. I don't really overeat anyway, but
Right.
I just eat in moderation and like I've been like doing calisthenics and but and like been doing minimal aerobic training, but to really get the 6-pack back, I'll have to do like maybe an hour a day of aerobic training to get it back real fast. But well, yeah. One thing I wanted to mention was that like certain locations, depending on the locations that you're meeting women, it can have like traps. So, for example, in a nightclub, the trap is like asking them to dance. That's like
Bad date.
expecting.
Bad date. Bad date. First
No,
date. Bad date.
no, I'm talking about meeting women there. So if you're meeting,
No. Bad date. Music's too loud.
yeah,
Too much interfering from the crowd, noises, and people walking by. You want a more intimate. When I say intimate, I don't mean sexual intimate, but you want a one-on-one where you get to know the person. Anything like movies, nightclubs, bad dates for the first.
no, I was talking about meeting fresh women at a nightclub.
Oh yeah, well yeah, well that's
So like,
not really a trap. They're there to be met.
no, yeah. If you walk up to a girl and ask her to dance, that's exactly what she's expecting, and it's not gonna really get her interested. Like it's just giving her the one attention that she was after. So for
Depends if you're a good dancer.
no, they're not even gonna dance with you because they
No, but I'm just saying is,
walk up
to
and ask.
me, like if I'm in a club, like take it from me. I've been working in nightclubs since I was 16 years old, okay, as a DJ. And I see guys who make real flaws in clubs of meeting women, right? You got the guy who stands on the wall, who sits right there and stares at a girl all night long, which he could have went up and introduced himself within the first 5 minutes of her looking at him. Number two, you don't want to stare at a girl at a club. You want to make it seem like it was an accident and y'all looked at each other at the same time. That's very, very important. Because when you sit there and stare at them, you got to figure out if she's looking back at you, if she's interested, or she's got to the point she start picking at you, and especially if she's in a group. All right. Some of these guys make bad mistakes like that. For me, I like to catch a girl who's going to, back in the day, catch a girl who's going to the restroom or she's going to the bar or something like that because she's already there to buy her drink. And you just start a conversation and something like that. But to sit there and stare at a girl for 15 and 20 minutes and then go over and introduce yourself, that could be creepy. All right. Or you will get laughed at.
Yeah,
Best way to do it is catch them off balance. If you catch girls in the crowd, they seem to be some of the best comedians in the world. I'm sorry for the music in the background, but that's my phone. But anyway, you want to catch the girl along more and you want to catch her in a group, because if they don't like you, if somebody in that group don't like you, you're going to have a hell of a night that night as far as that table. And I see guys over and over, as me being a DJ who's watching everything in the club, make them major mistakes.
Oh yeah. Of course, you don't want to stare at a girl for 20 minutes, but I've heard
you don't want to stare at all. You want to make it seem like you look. See, this is what makes the difference between women and men, as was when they find something they like. Men are just follow a person all the way across the room. Girls will look at the corner of the eye. You would never know she looked at you unless you are into how they operate. But men, y'all look at a girl all the way across the room and don't believe she's not looking at you, looking at her, right? Women like attention, number one. They like attention. Right. But they don't like that overbearing attention, because then you become the weaker one and she become the stronger one. Well, by nature, when you are the hunter in the first place, but it's how you hunt. You know what I mean? You don't let a deer know that you getting ready to kill it. You know what I mean? So women are kind of like the deer. You got to have a sneak attack. And most of y'all call it game, but it's a sneak attack. Just make it seem like you're interested but not interested, or you don't really care. But there's something about her. And if you're trying to get the 10s and 9s and 10s, never go up to her and tell her how beautiful she is. She don't heard that all her life. Tell her something different. Matter of fact, pick out a flaw and tell her she would be a 10 if she didn't have that little scar right there on her neck. I always do stuff like that. Sometimes it start conversation like, who the hell you think you is to tell me? But she'll be thinking about you for the rest of the night versus all the guys who don't came up and told her how fine she was.
So I think the key thing is being playful. So as far as
yes,
playfully teasing them, that that's the same thing you do with your buddies and family.
Right.
Now, so
have a good sense of humor too, because if you go up to a girl and you ask her to dance, still having that rejected feeling when you walk away, go up like, look, this is my favorite record. And if she say, no, I don't want to dance, you know what? You remind me of the last person I was with that didn't want to dance with me. But you know what? I'm going to keep you in mind. Maybe I'll send you a drink later on. So you walk away with still your shoulders up. Learn how to say things when rejection comes along, because you as a man who's the hunter, you go always be rejected. By the time you're 16 to 22, you've been rejected over 200 times in your life. You got to learn how to receive that like a vacuum cleaner salesman. He ain't gonna sell it to everybody. He just that one he wants to purchase that vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. So the thing is, if you didn't really shoot your shot, did you really get rejected? Like say if you just have a pleasant conversation and then she's got to go.
Yeah, you ain't putting everything out there on the table. You ain't saying that, it's almost like when you put everything on the table, you were like, you ready to marry her. You can't make a girl feel like that.
No,
You
hold
gotta
on. He was asking if you didn't truly shoot your shot or put some type of offer on the table, but the conversation ended. Is that still a rejection? To that, I'd say yes. If a woman,
Yes.
if the woman ends the conversation in any way, shape, or form, she rejected you. She just rejected you before you got to formally put your bid in. If she was interested, she's not going to pull the okay, this was nice. I gotta go. My friend is they make some little excuse to they need to go check on a friend, and then that was a rejection. That was a rejection. That's what he
That
was asking. Yeah.
But yeah, so she rejected you for the friend zone, but she didn't reject you for dating because you never asked her if she wants to go on a date or if she's interested in dating. She rejected you for something you don't even want.
Well, if you approached her, more than likely you were trying to holler at her. You just were small talking, and she rejected you. You could say she rejected you because you didn't get to the point.
Exactly.
You could say that.
Well, give me an example of what you would consider what you just said.
So I think you truly got rejected if you said, "Are you interested in dating?" And she says, "No, no, thanks, because I'm married." So that's when you truly got rejected because
Okay, well, that be your initial approach, or that's something in the conversation?
when if she rejected you after you said that, whether it's the initial approach or you had a 5-minute conversation first.
Well,
So
well,
wait,
at
hold on,
least
real
at
quick.
that
I
point,
want to.
you feel like you haven't wasted your time. See, sometimes rejection is the best thing to happen because now you not wasting time, my brother. So
yeah,
that's the way I look at that. Like, as less time I have to spend with somebody who has no interest in me, it's better for me. I can move on.
exactly. Like to know girls that way. Yeah. So in the dance club, that's like if you don't think or dance club dating apps, if you don't think outside the box, you won't get you'll be in the 80% instead of the 20%. So for example, if you ask a girl to dance in a nightclub, another 20 guys have already asked her to dance. That's the kind of attention she was expecting. Um, That's so, but for example, if you had a short conversation, asked her if she's interested in dating, then
All right, here you go, Cold Steel. You back on that, trying to give advice when
Yeah,
you've had
you did
minimal
that the first
success.
time I met you on this channel.
Get back on that real quick. I want to shift gears for a second. Y'all had mentioned the friend zone. Obsidian, what's the you had talked about the stats on that. When somebody gets in the friend zone and they just stay there hoping to get out, what's the percentage chance that they have of getting out?
80% failure rate.
So when you get in the friend zone, it's only a 20% chance that you'll actually make it out. Right?
20% chance, yeah.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
All right, just had to
yeah, that's the equivalent of
had to do the Dumb and Dumber. I thought it was a 10% chance too.
yeah, probably
In reality, it feels like 0, but there's some data out there that says it's a 10% chance.
yeah.
Or I mean 20 or 10, 20. I think I heard 10 or 20. I don't know. But Obsidian, because I'm probably about to wrap this up pretty soon. If you got anything on this to take us home with, I'll definitely definitely pass to you. You can give your final thoughts and takeaways on this?
Yeah, I do. At the risk of plugging my own book, Cold Steel. Have you ever read my book?
No, I haven't.
I think you might find it of interest. You could put it together with what you read from Ala Roger Curry, and I think it'll move the needle along with everything that's been said here today, Mr. Lucario, Jay Ski, OG. I think you'll find it of interest, man. Hit me up, the Obsidian Files at gmail.com. We'll talk.
Okay,
Yeah.
Obsidian.
Yeah. And tonight we're going to continue our discussion about Miss April Mason. I do have the IG live that she did yesterday where she lays out her plans moving forward. We're going to talk about that and a number of other related things tonight on tonight's live, 8 p.m. EDT, the Obsidian Media Network 2 channel right here on YouTube. And thank you.
All right. Cold Steel, I do appreciate you coming on short notice here, fairly short notice. We start talking about this, start trying to throw this together mostly early this morning, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even think I got confirmation until this morning. So this was like thrown together short notice. So I do appreciate you coming on through. Shout out to Aaron EBM. Love Black independent media. Absolutely. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. And Wiggle Man in the building says, tell him to live as if it's so. Don't ask to dance. Grab her and dance. Hashtag me too. I was just playing. Don't ask dinner. Tell her where we meeting. Live as if it's so. Shout out to you. Appreciate the super chat. And what else did I see here? No, that was it. That was it. So shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate each and every one of you. And again, Cold Steel, I can't acknowledge this enough. I mean, there was moments in the beginning, you know, we was laughing and we was joking. We got some jokes in, but at the end of the day, I think everybody need to definitely give a round of applause to you because not too many people would just come and bear it all and just put it out there. You told your full story, your lack of sexual experience, things that people get criticized and clowned for in this space. You just put it all out there and told the truth, and you bared it all out there. So we do got to give you respect. You definitely courageous for doing so. So shout out to you. We do appreciate you.
Yeah, it's nice to help somebody else. That's good.
Yep, no doubt. But all right, let's get up out of here. I'd like to thank everybody once again, and we are out of here.
Thank you, Bernard.
Yep, thank you. Oh, and OG, I know you had a little bit of game. You got a little bit of game.
Just a little bit.
You shocked me today. And we know you got all the hoes on Christian Mingle. We know how you get down. But all right, we out of here, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
All right.